Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody doing out there? Nice to have you with us. Oh my God, we're on the 5th race already? Of a 3rd season? It's like this league is like a serious thing we might keep up even. And we're starting to actually see a picture of what we're going to see this season. The winners, losers, and everybody else in between. So far, in Moto 3, looking like we've got Hines, Jixbuff, and one-handed in your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd spots. Moto 2, we've got Coco, Hines, and Oddball. And in MotoGP, we've got Mac, Swaggin, and Hades. Already seeing the cheering from Scott for Hades in there. So we will see what he's able to do this evening. Hope everybody's doing well out there, though. Waiting for him to get ready over on the track there. As we'll go ahead and mention our first sponsor of the evening for Moto 3. That would be Secondhand Motorsports. Brought to you by our buddy Jonathan Rocha there. Bringing you used parts, used bikes, all kinds of used stuff for motorcycling, whatever your needs might be. Make sure to check them out. He and our other sponsors are doing a great service for us. Hi, Dad. Okay. Not sure who he's referring to. Do I really want to know? So it's waiting on everybody to get things set up there. We've had a little bit of shuffling here at the beginning of the season, as everybody's kind of been thinking about what they want to do racing long term. A couple of our fellas have decided they're going to have to step back from doing this seriously. So that is going to alter the league just a little bit, but not tremendously. They're just going to be wild carding instead of being regulars. So that works out fine. And we have added a couple of newer guys. As a matter of fact, I know we have Jesus Simp, who was in, I guess, one race so far. But I think this will be his 2nd with us. And also Preacher Man being a new one that we're adding in for Moto 3. So welcome to those guys, being a couple of our newest guys. Hope it goes well for them. Hope they at least have some fun. Oh, Hades. Making those great helmets for our boys. And doing a pretty good job with our social media stuff. Is that what it is? You're here to make fun of everybody. That's just not nice. They are starting to build the party now. Shouldn't be too much longer for that. Yes, Hines being the taskmaster that he is. Hashtag free Karina. Hey there, Stormy. Good to see you, man. Bonjour, baguette. Bonjour. Ho, ho, ho. sure I'll get to hear how my accent imitation is ethnically, what would be the word, inconsiderate. Good to have our favorite astronaut with us tonight. So as we wait for him to put things together here, shouldn't be too much longer. Yeah, I guess I should change that. There we go. Trying to fix a new screen that I set up here. I messed it up and have things up twice. There we are. So as we wait on things to get ready, put all that practice to good use, huh? So you gonna get out there and hurt people tonight? I'm interested to see how our new guys work out. Yes, Nick not being with us this evening. He's decided to abandon me, to leave me stuck here by myself. I shall persevere, though. Oof. Looks like those pieces aren't lining up very well. Okay. Guess I need to fix a thing. Yes, a wind tunnel is apparently joined. Of course that's how it works out. Okay. All right. I will keep an eye on it there. Hang on there while I correct things a little bit, folks. Waiting on things to load up. We are almost ready, as you can see. Kick over to the track just a moment. Alrighty, and here we go. This will be qualifying for our first race of the evening, Moto 3 at Jerez. My terrible Spanish pronunciation. Y'all get to deal with how bad I am at foreign languages. This is the price of having me do this. Ah, no, that did exactly what I think it did. Great. Wonderful. I'm going to have to find a better way to do that in the future. Sometimes things just don't work how we expect them to. So, as we're waiting here, Jerez is actually, I think a lot of our racers, it's one of their more enjoyable tracks. I've heard a lot of the guys say that they really do like this one. Consisting of a total of 13 corners. Involving some very, very sharp moments on that final turn. You want to watch people have a moment that makes them cry. Watch what happens on that final one. And of course, this evening we have Jacko, Veritek, Jix Buff, Jesus Simp, Oddball, Stock Hazard, Bigfoot, Preacher Man, our new guy, Bichon, Medusa, Hines, and One-Handed. We'll see if everybody's practice has been paying off this week, as they were talking about earlier. Still working out where the hell to put these sponsor graphics during the race, obviously. And I think I need to alter it. Let's see if this will work. Just a moment while I fix broken things. I am absolutely awful at this, and it shows. There we go. Yeah, that'll work better. We are, in fact, trying to take care of what our sponsors sent us and get things on there correctly for them. As we wait for our first times to roll in there, and Hines and Jacko both putting down 146s right off the bat. Jacko just a hair faster at a 146.5. Good start for the evening there. Jerez is definitely one of the shorter tracks on the circuit, and very, very fast. So if you get behind on this one, you don't get much time to correct for mistakes. Definitely punishes you. Let's see here. Receiving text message. You lost the chat. Huh? Chat overlay is there. Katie's messaging me saying I've lost it. No. It's still there. It just fades out over time. Though I probably could put the sponsor overlay a bit higher than that. It depends. We'll see what UI elements get covered up. Still working this part out. Ooh, so while I've been tinkering with things, top of our standings have been altering very quickly. Oddball putting himself 0.3 seconds off of Jacko. Hines still 0.4 seconds back. Jix Buff 0.9 seconds back. Good to see him putting down a good time. He has been solid for the races he's been with us so far. As a matter of fact, where was he sitting in the standings? I remember looking at that. Yeah, he is sitting second in our Moto 3 league. He has been fast. Ooh, Hines throwing down the gauntlet there, putting it in 146.2. Hazard and Veritek putting themselves on the board pretty close together. And a little over 3 seconds behind the lead. Jesus Simp, Preacher Man, and Bigfoot kind of went in a second of each other. Just waiting on Bichon, Medusa, and One-Handed to set some times. Okay. I think I'm done tinkering with things for the moment. I may revisit it later. I think for now that'll work. So, just under 8 minutes remaining, with Hines on top, Jacko and Oddball close behind. The rest of the field kind of getting things worked out still, it looks like. Trying to get sorted through it, and I believe the weather currently running on cloudy. So the track definitely a little bit on the cool side. Probably allowing folks to run some softer tires here in qualifying. Craig mentioning there that they're turning down 44s, 30s probably. Sure, why not? Six and a half minutes remaining, and he's just going to say he's done a 44 just to put pressure on these guys, to encourage them to go faster. Just to punish them a little. So Hines and Jacko still battling for that top spot. One-Handed has put himself up there in fourth, though. Very nicely done. Everybody having put down times at this point. It's shown at 6 seconds back. He's running back there, but I'll bet he'll knock another, I would bet another half second off of that, possibly. Yep, top four definitely sitting within a second of each other. And I mean, if you look at your top six even, you're barely over a second for Jixbuff and Medusa. I'm betting both of them will knock a little off there. I wouldn't be surprised to see our top six being under a second from each other. Ooh, One-Handed taking another 10th off. Putting himself on the front row currently. Very nicely done. Oddball on a hot lap as well. Jacko and Medusa, unfortunately, both on invalidated laps at the moment, so they'll have to take another shot at it here. Ooh, Oddball to the top of the board with a 146.1. I think he's trying to get that 144 that Hades and Stormy are on here discussing in the chat. Feeling that pressure. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a decent fight in here. The top four group is looking to be bringing the pain. They're following Jesus Simp around. And actually, all right, going to Jacko. That should be a good fight this evening. These guys are definitely hustling. Medusa, unfortunately, looking like he is sitting back there. I'm wanting to see the front of the pack all move their times down. Jixbuff on a personal best so far for the first two sections. But this is the one where we see him get under a second, or within under a second of the front of the pack. Meanwhile, the rest of the field not having moved too much, but you can see a few of these guys, like Jesus Simp has already knocked, I think, a second or two off of his time. Ditto for Hazard. Veritech, Preacher Man, both of them having worked their way down a bit. Hopefully Bichon can do the same. Did he... I guess Jixbuff didn't... Oh, there it is. Okay, well, he finished the lap, but he was unable to bring that time down, really, and get himself further up the board, but still making a good effort there. Meanwhile, Bichon working on bringing his time down. Unfortunately, only in that second section did he get it. I think we'll see him go too much lower there. Veritech and Hazard on good laps as well. 1.5 minutes remaining. So if folks are wanting to set a lap, by God, it's about time to do it. Let's see here, one-handed. Trying to stay out of the way. Trying not to have contact there. And managing to do so. Oh, that is off track. That will probably be invalidated. Just under a minute remaining in qualifying. With Veritech showing a good personal lap. Manages to put himself 2.7 seconds back off of the lead. So that's almost another 1.5 seconds off of his time there. Not looking too shabby. Might see a little fight out of him this evening. Like a lot of these guys have decided they're going to bring it. The top 9 on the board, less than 3 seconds between them. Starting to get some reasonable spacing for these races. What's that? Really? Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, he's looking more like race speed, actually. Fair. I certainly will be keeping an eye on everything that I can. And that is it. Qualifying time has finished. And now we're just waiting on them to get done here. I think with all the invalidations on the field, we have Hazard, Preacher Man, Bigfoot, and Bichon out there. Maybe Jacko. Yeah, that front fight is looking like it's going to be pretty brutal. You got 1/2 second from first to fourth on your front row. Oh! Preacher Man having off there. Oh! And who else was that went down with him? Yeah, that is that. So on your front row... Well, we'll wait for him to approve here. There we go. So on your front row, you've got Oddball, Hines, Jacko. On your second row, One-Handed, Jixbuff, and Medusa. On your third row, Hazard, Jesus Simp, and Veritech. And on the fourth row, Preacher Man, Bigfoot, and Bichon. So we'll see what these boys can do. As we wait a moment for them to... Yep, it looks like you do have two closed packs there. I think you might see Jixbuff and Medusa get into the front pack. We might see a front six there. But you definitely have that second pack of Hazard, Simp, Veritech. I think they'll definitely be together. And Medusa and Jixbuff could go either way in where they wind up. I'm anxious to see. It could be kind of fun. So I'm going to take a brief break to mention our sponsor for Moto 3. That would be Secondhand Motorsports, bringing you used parts, bikes, anything else you could possibly need. We promise, if you mention to Rocha that we sent you, he'll give you the special treatment. Yep. Yeah, those two definitely, you don't get to count them out. Like, ever. So currently just waiting on everybody to do final setup, making sure they've got their tire choice right. Got suspension dialed in. Or some of these guys are just hitting the random button and just seeing what they wind up with. And then we'll get to see ourselves the first race of the evening. A bit of Moto 3 here. We got a few folks watching this evening. Good to have you with us. Thanks for checking it out. Still kind of finagling with settings and trying to make things look more or less acceptable. I'm tempted to scoot that overlay up just a tiny bit more, too. Oh, yeah? All right, now. Oh, nice. I can dig some Tron theme. I won't complain about a little 1980s fun in there. All right, let's try. Just making some slight adjustments to things. Alrighty, and it looks like we are about ready to start our second race of the evening, or first race of the evening. I'm sorry. My brain hates thinking sometimes. It likes to punish me for trying to use it. And we are off. Jacko having a great start. Hazard right in there with him. Good start for Hazard. Jixbuff also into that front pack. Oh, Preacher Man going a little up on the inside in turn one. He goes down and winds up with a long lap penalty. A couple of them. That's a rough way to start off the race. Yes. Mark Marquez. Oh, God. Dude, I sometimes suspect that the actual GP guys, like, they get mildly erect every time I say that name. with how frequently they say it. Ooh, little bit rough there with Hines pushing through between Oddball and Medusa. Very tight pack there. Meanwhile, Jacko up front with Jixbuff right behind him. That has been the pattern with Jixbuff. He'll turn in an upper middle time during qualifying, and then he just comes out and hauls ass. It's like he's trying to hustle the field. You get a little... Yeah, okay. I mean, you know, if that's your taste, bro. I better be careful how much I say that. Jane gonna be popping up a chat going, "Do it again. I'm not quite there yet." Ooh, Hines managing to slip past Jixbuff into 15 or into 13. Oh, a little bit of contact there coming into turn 1. As he works his way back onto the race line, and Bashan has dropped out. I'm wondering if he lost connection. First thing in the race, I'm not sure what happened there. Or he got black flagged for sitting at the line, something along those lines. See what the word on that winds up being. So up front, Jacko having a great race so far. With Hines right behind him, nipping right at his heels. He is all over him, and looks like, oh wow, through turn 6, Hines manages to slip up under Jacko. Must have been a slight mistake, as Jacko went wide. Ooh, but here it is. He's not going to let Hines get away from him. Slight touch there. Very slight touch. Going through turn 8. As they had him double in 9 and 10, and wow, that was a very, very tight pass. Up under Hines into 10. Jixbuff not letting either of them out of his sight. Ooh, I think a bit more contact. You can see some tails moving around there. Maybe some of that's latency. I'm surprised nobody has gone down in this fight yet. As we start our third lap. And we definitely have... Oh, wow! Jacko having it look like possibly contact with Hines' rear and just goes flying out. And that is going to put him way back in the track. And again, with how fast laps are on this track, it's going to be really hard to catch that back up. Especially after you lose all the momentum on these Moto 3 bikes. So that puts Jixbuff in a solid second. Yeah, maybe he locked it up, panicking as he came up onto Hines into the turn. I'm not sure if it was contact or a lockup. I didn't catch the whole thing. Oh! One-handed. I'm not sure what happened there. He might have goofed something on the brakes, but a similar issue, and down he goes. As they were exiting, what was that, turn 5? Yeah, it was a good scrap. So Hines now out front by a second. Medusa now hanging on to Jixbuff in third, and then it's almost 2 seconds to Oddball back behind him. Yeah, I'm wondering if well, yeah, too much power. Yeah, that's what it is. Moto 3 bikes, all about that power. No, that is possible. It was on curve exit. Yeah, just carrying too much speed, hit the power, boom, off you go. So Medusa still looking for a way through, and we can see here one-handed trying to catch back up. to Jacko, who is also trying to work up from his earlier mistake. And Jesus, one of our newer guys, giving one-handed a bit of a challenge in his life. Halfway through the race so far. And definitely has split into... We've got that tight pack right behind the lead. And really not a big pack anywhere else in the field. I think those mistakes just kind of divided things up. Well, I guess towards the back you've got Bigfoot, Hazard, and Veritek all pretty tight together there, having themselves a good fight. One-handed still has Jesus hanging right onto those coattails, trying to catch that rear tire. Oh, and Bigfoot having it off. And that'll put him back to 10th. Bad time to have that kind of off when you've got two guys like right on you. So now that moves Hazard and Veritek up into 8th and 9th. Veritek's not letting go. So he might move up in place there. But here we have up front Medusa. Oh! Bit of a bump from Oddball. But both of them stay up. And it looks like, Oddball, that little touch, he lost some momentum. And he's trying to make it back up. But Medusa doing a pretty good job of covering that defensive line. Ooh, and Jacko, very, very ballsy. Or Oddball, rather, very ballsy into that turn. Can't keep it in the... Ooh, can't keep the rubber on the ground, and he is out of the turn and has it off. That puts him back behind Jacko now. And one-handed. So one-handed has worked his way up to 5th at this point. And that front pack has started to stretch out. Everybody within eyesight of the guy in front of him, but doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be easy to catch whoever's in front of you for either of these guys. But Medusa is trying to chase down Jixbuff. We'll see if he can make that happen. Is one-handed, now being chased down by Oddball. Oddball, after losing that many places, definitely looking to try and get back up to the front of the pack. We'll see if he gets the chance. It is not going to be easy, though. Veritek now with a long lap penalty. Preacher Man long since having gotten rid of his. Veritek will definitely want to get that off of there. But it's going to be really hard because he's got Bigfoot only a second and a half back. And taking the long lap is definitely going to give him a chance to catch up. keeping an eye with the multi-view on our front three here, along with following our camera director's view. Yep, Medusa is working his way up through the pack. Oh, Jixbuff now back in fourth. Sorry, I was messing with a few settings there. That's an oopsie. On my part, not paying attention. Too busy looking at other things. So Jacko now trying to chase down second. And looking like, oddball here once again. Harassing one-handed. We are on the penultimate lap. And getting close to the end of this race. It's starting to look very tight and very difficult. Jacko almost has Medusa. Medusa barely hanging on to his lead. Can he keep it up? That is going to be close on the final lap here. Oddball still being held back by one-handed. I'm actually a bit surprised by that because he was looking for some really aggressive passes, but one-handed has managed to make it stick. And it's still just manages to get past. So one-handed now trying to chase down Oddball for this final lap here. Oh man. That is, oh no! Oddball loses it on the final lap. One-handed is going to go ahead and hang on to that fifth place, it looks like. And meanwhile, Jacko has almost caught Medusa. He is right there. Oh, he does get into second. That is as late as you could possibly wait to do it. As they come into the final turn. And unfortunately, Medusa unable to take it back. Jacko going to go ahead and grab himself a second place there.
Damn it. Good fight.
Wow. That was a hell of a final lap. Very nicely done.
Almost got second.
Very, very nicely done. Oh, wow. That was there were several great fights in that one. I know I'm kind of distracted messing with things this evening, so I didn't catch every single thing the whole time, but wow. My God. So we have Hines, Jacko, and at the very last second, Jacko taking it from Medusa. That was a good fight for the podium, though. Jixbuff finding himself in fourth. Just had some very fast guys to contend with. One-handed bounced all over in the race, but wound up in fifth after Oddball making a mistake on the final lap and just trucking it out. Then Simp, Stock Hazard, Veritech, Bigfoot, Preacher Man, and Bashan rounding out the pack. That was a hell of a first race for the evening. Wow. I like that. That was a lot of fun. So, we will be taking a brief break as we wait for our second qualifying of the evening to start. But I'm going to mention briefly our sponsor for Moto 3. That would be your boys over at Secondhand Moto, run by our very own Jonathan Rocha, providing you with used bikes, used parts, used gear, whatever you want. It's all been used, much like Rocha. But do make sure to check them out. If that's something you're looking for, they'll hook you up with good prices and good gear. So, brief break while we wait for the next race to start. We will be back shortly. Alrighty, folks. Sorry about the... we're having slight technical difficulties over here. Of course. That's what always happens. How's everybody doing? That first race was... that was kind of some crazy shit. A lot of good fighting there, particularly on that final lap. Anybody have that podium picked? Yeah. I couldn't have guessed exactly that one, but that was crazy to watch. Jesus Freak achieving his goal of beating at least one person. Good goal. Congratulations, sir. That wasn't too bad a showing. Yeah, I'm wondering if Bichon was, like, disconnected or what happened there. I noticed he vanished, like, right off the finish, or right off the starting line. I guess he's just having connection issues or something. So, our second qualifying of the evening. Oh. Yeah, dropping the controller will do that. That will tend to make it happen. So, starting our Moto 2 qualifying here, we've got Stock Hazard, One-Handed, Jixbuff, Oddball, Veritech, Hines, Jesus Simp, Jacko, Bichon, Bigfoot, and Coco. Hopefully these boys will keep this race as interesting as the last one was. That was kind of fun to watch. As we're waiting for our times to shape up here. Nobody putting down that lap quite yet. As we always like to say, put down at least one lap early, even if it's a sloppy pile of garbage. Because if somebody doesn't bother to put in a lap, then by God, you get you a place. And there's nothing wrong with that. And Jixbuff demonstrating to us that he very much likes dirt bikes. Wild card spots for GP, I believe, have been filled for this evening. Welcome, though, Elite. I can't remember if that's a name I've seen on here before. Yeah, I think they've all been taken, man. If you're going to try to get a wild card spot with us, it's best to go ahead and make sure to be, a day or two ahead. Make sure you're on our Discord. I believe there is I believe that we do have a channel set up for that. So you can check if somebody's going to be missing and see if you want to pick up their spot. Okay. I couldn't remember. So many names to deal with, bro. You know how it goes. That and I'm old. I forget everything. So Hines and Oddball putting our first times on the board, and apparently these two have decided they want to go ahead and snuggle nice and close again. A 142.7, and Oddball was basically on the same pace. Bichon also putting down a lap. Hopefully he won't find himself, I don't know if he was disconnected or what happened during the last race. But he was out almost immediately. Bigfoot putting down 16 and a half back. I'll bet he can knock some time off of that. He's looking pretty decent there. Oh, Veritek catching the black flag. I'm betting that was from sitting somewhere on the track. Ooh, that was very wide and off in the dirt. And Jesus Sip having him a bit of a mess. Alrighty. Yes, sir. Feel free. Trying to catch him, huh? Two-plane going to get black flag just for being in the lobby. I mean, I'm not sure if that button's available in there, but we're willing to test it if you're willing to be the scapegoat. Or the test dummy. Or whatever we're going to call you. The lab rat. Just black flagging you in the lobby. Haven't you taken the hint? The game just doesn't like you, bro. So people starting to turn in times here. Hazard sitting 2.3 seconds back. That's not too shabby. Jixbuff 3 seconds back. Vashon 4.8. So Vashon holding a better pace than he did for Moto 3. Maybe he practiced Moto 2 a little bit this week. Bigfoot still 6.5 seconds back. And Jesus, yeah. Almost caught him, but not quite. I don't think you can catch him by being out in the dirt. And 7.5 minutes remaining so far. Almost everybody having put down times. Looked like one-handed had his current lap invalidated. Ooh, Jacko popping in. Just under a second off the lead. Hazard, having a wreck. After having 2 sections of personal best so far. Hopefully he can do a little bit better than that. So we'll see if Simp and Coco will put themselves down a lap. Oh, one-handed having another off. All right, Elite. Take a good one, man. Or have a good one, man. And Bashan unable to move his time down. He had 3 good sections, but that final section, it just didn't happen. That is where that nasty hairpin is on the circuit. That one's always rough to get through and keep up a good pace. So Coco putting himself up in 4th, a second off of the lead. Jesus Simp putting himself 4.2 seconds back. So everybody just about has times on the board, save for one-handed. And of course, Veritek earlier somehow wound up getting black flagged. So he's going to find himself sitting at the back of the pack, unfortunately. Is it? Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, there's been enough times that I've seen, this, whether it be, in real life or it be here in our races, I have seen lots of times that turn, there will be some surprising and amazing moments with people coming into there and making passes that are just mind-blowing. That being said, man, it can be your best friend to your worst enemy. So Hines and Oddball up front. Hines looking like he's not going to be able to move his lap down on this one. A 142.110. Oh, Vertec, no! Oh, his batteries and his controller died. Yep, rip. Enjoy that back row, bro. Next time, have him changed before the race. Yep, that's on you. It just makes it more fun for you. Gives you more targets to hit. More things to aim for. Yeah, keep it upright. Sitting there saying eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Picking who you're going to run into. Sounds like a plan. So just under 4 minutes remaining in qualifying. And hopefully one-handed can put himself on the board. He's not going slow. That second section looks like he had a group best. And Hines on a very hot lap up front. Oh. But one-handed back there. I know Moto 2 was what he was focusing on last season. I suspect this season as well. So it's looking like he's definitely holding the kind of speed that he wants to. Yep, looking for that very late exit out of the hairpin and puts himself in third. Very nicely done. 0.6 seconds off of Hines. That is a solid lap time. So again, we have a front of the pack, pretty much a top five, all within a second of each other. Just as we did during the last race. I suspect we might see another good fight here. And Jixbuff, as always, sandbagging, because I know we're going to see him get up into that top three at some point. He's trying to hold back, but I know he's full of it. I know he's faster than that. Everybody on the board right now actually turned out some good personal speeds. Oh, Jixbuff unable to move his time down any further on that one. Like I said, I'm going to wait to see what happens during the race for him. Meanwhile, Coco, a pretty hot lap so far. I don't think that'll put him at the top of the board, but there is a good chance he can move up a couple places, get up to that front row maybe. 1 minute and 40 remaining. So if you're looking to get another lap in, then you're going to have to start it. Looks like, yeah, I guess Hines invalidated on his current lap. So I don't think we'll see him get time to get another one and move that time down. Looks like Oddball's decided to go ahead and just wait it out in the pits. Coco, meanwhile, has put himself up into second with that lap he was on. That was really, really close to unseating Hines. So dealing with traffic, huh? For Coco there. I've got Hines in my ear, but I realized I didn't have him unmuted still. So you guys didn't hear him, but he's mentioning that Coco got caught up in traffic and yet still was only 0.002 behind Hines there. So yeah, he's decided to go fast this evening. Good God, the front four within 0.2 seconds of each other. This one might be another good fight. So Jacko, was out for one more lap, invalidated. So we're just waiting on Hazard and Jesus Simp at this point. And Simp has, at this point, moved up to 8th. So that puts you ahead of 3 of them. You managed to put faster laps than Bichon and Bigfoot, and you managed to put batteries in, unlike Veritech. Simp on a personal best. We'll see what he can do with this. Oh, yeah. Definitely managed to move his time down there. So you've got Hines, Coco, and Oddball on your front row. Second row going to be Jacko, one-handed, and Jixbuff. Third row going to be Hazard, Simp, and Bichon. And then on the back row, Bigfoot and Veritech, the guy that forgets about batters. Hopefully he won't have that problem during the race. What am I here, Hines?
So I'm pretty sure because Bichon got black flagged in qualifying, he's not going to be able to race.
It was Veritech that was black flagged.
Yeah, Derek. What did I say?
Yeah, you said Bichon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Derek.
I thought they still got to race. They were basically put at the back of the pack.
My understanding of the way the game code works is when you get black flagged, it moves you to a cameraman position.
Oh.
And there's no way to get you back until you get back to a main screen.
That's obnoxious.
But on the upside and also downside, it looks like we just have a service connection interrupted, so we're probably going to have to restart the lobby.
Yar. Okay, well, I'll pop over to standby for that. How obnoxious. All right, it'll take us just a moment to rebuild the lobby. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. They become a pirate. Yar. Yeah, the times on that were pretty tight. Yep, y'all just out there showing off for Karina. Hashtag free Karina. Happy birthday, girl. We're glad to make you work for it. That being said, yes. That's right up there with our to be fair. Going to take a brief moment while we're waiting to mention our sponsor for Moto 2. That would be Mass Moto or Motors with great leathers, custom leathers. You do you nice, the full one-piece suit done up exactly how you want it done. Looks extremely cool, very nice quality, reasonable prices. They can do gloves for you as well, and as we were told at the beginning of the season, this year they've even added in boots. So you can go, all right, not quite head to toe, but shoulders to toe. You can do nothing but mass. If you'd like to have yourself some nice custom leathers. So make sure to check them out. These guys will take great care of you. I think we have just about got our lobby back together. The Amish are a big fan of leather garments. That is fair. Mass swag is the basis swag. Absolutely. Fortunately, we won't be too terribly behind on our schedule thanks to this. We might even start GP on time. Keep them fingers crossed, folks. And now I've got Heinz in my ear saying he doubts it. I don't. I have faith. Yeah. Everybody. All right, screw it. We won't start on time. You know what? I'm going to cause a delay on purpose. Why the hell not? All these people of little faith. It's going to go fine. We're not going to have any major problems. Rain delay. Well, we can do other things other than a rain delay. Alrighty, and it looks like we are just about ready. Wait for it to finish uploading here. My God, we might get to see a second race. Wouldn't that be nice? Come on. You can do it. I can hear the hamster just huffing and puffing as it tries to run. There we are. Over to the track. A nice, sunny second race here. As we are waiting on things to get started. Of course, it'll be just a minute to get everything taken care of. Everybody's going to get their final settings dialed in. I am definitely looking forward to this. The timing on the front end of this group was even tighter than it was for qualifying in Moto 3. So I'm suspecting we're going to see a good fight. Medusa, I think you want to make it not plural for this league? The bear. But I think that's Medusa's endorsement of one-handed there. I'm sorry, am I hurting your earballs? And looking like folks are readying up here. Slowly but surely. Looks like Veritech gets to join back in. Despite forgetting earlier that controllers do not run on hopes and dreams. They run on batteries. At least they work a lot faster that way. A lot more reliably. Definitely looking forward to this race, though. It's going to be good stuff. It's going to be fun. Come on. You can do it, guys. I think we're experiencing just a bit of lag here. Alrighty. And we are ready for our second race here at Jerez. On the Xbox for Moto 2. Here we go. And we are off. Our front row managing to hold on to their positions for the most part. Hines and Coco coming into that first turn really close. Ooh, barely slipping. Oh, bit of bowling at the back of the pack. As Bashan Hazard, Jixbuff, Veritek, and Jesus Simp, I think that was everybody that went down back there. And it seems like Bigfoot got caught up in that mess as well. And Nick isn't around with his bowling sound effect. Hey, Christian, good to see you, bro. So looking like we're just going to have the field separate into 2 packs right off the bat. And up front, Coco and Hines really just hard at it with each other. Yeah, those two are going to go ahead and fight. Oh, yeah, dude, that was a strike. Half the field down. Oh, Bashan goes down now. Slips all the way back to 10th. Yeah, Nick, see, you don't get to do that since you decided to shirk your duties and not show up tonight. Oh, that is way off. And Coco just bails out by going too far inside. I guess that was turn 10? 9 or 10. And that's going to give Hines a commanding lead over the front pack. And Coco now has one hell of a deficit to make up to try and catch the front of the pack. Oh, I am not sure what just happened there. That was probably not what he was intending to do. I suspect. So Oddball now trying to chase down Hines up front with Jacko not far behind, one-handed nipping at Jacko's heels. And you can see Jixbuff, Veritek, and Jesus Simp here in our second pack. Third pack being Hazard, Bashan, Bigfoot, and Coco. That might have been batteries too. If it was, I might have to give him a rash of shit for making the same mistake that Veritek already did. So, Hines and Oddball up front. Oddball has managed to work up to there being only a half a second between them. That is close. That is extremely close. Not quite, though. Not quite able to change, and not quite able to close that distance. So Veritek now trying to get in there. One-handed, struggling to catch Jacko. He's not getting away from him, though, I'll tell you that. Still a bit of a struggle here. Jixbuff in the second pack, you can see, is falling back to 10 seconds behind One-Handed. One-Handed falling a bit as well. The Bashan wrecking in such a way that he was briefly ahead of Coco, but now falls back further. Coco trying to work his way up through the pack. Was all the way back to last, is now about 6.5 seconds back behind Hazard. Hazard and Simp still pretty close together with Veritek not far out in front of him. You can see here Hines having Oddball still trying to chase him down. see if we can get the multi-view working here. I'll see if I can make it work. It rarely does. Usually I screw things up. There we go. Things appear to be working more or less. Except for one really loud one. So it continues to be front of the pack. Hines, Oddball, still unable to close that gap, finding himself almost 1 second back now at this point. Jacko 1.2 seconds back, one-handed about a second and a half back off of him. So this front pack is stretched out a bit, but anybody could still win if anybody up front makes a mistake. Meanwhile, Jixbuff about 10 seconds back. Still, it has been slowly stretched out on him, but doesn't seem to be falling too fast. So maybe with any luck, he can close a bit of that gap. Veritech finding himself 2 seconds back off of Jixbuff, running middle of the pack. Not too bad for a guy that got disqualified for not maintaining his equipment. Deshaun with the long lap penalty right now, unfortunately. Oh, Jixbuff picking one up as well. And falling to about 12 seconds back behind one-handed. And Veritech now within spitting distance, yes, and manages to get up into fifth. Five laps down, 3 to go. And despite not being able to catch Hines, I'll tell you what, Oddball is going fast enough that he is starting to stretch out that lead over Jacko. Having Hines in front of him definitely isn't slowing him down. He hasn't gotten close to really tangle with him yet. One-handed still in there, still with a chance to snag himself a podium. Oh, Jacko going down. And that puts one-handed up into third. One-handed up into third, 5 seconds now from third to second. That's going to be a really hard gap to close with how fast these laps are. But it would not hurt for one-handed to snag himself a podium this evening in Moto 2. That would be a good result for him. That would definitely move him up a place or two. So Jacko now almost 8 seconds back. Also, you can see towards the back of things, Veritech being followed by Jixbuff, Hazard, and Coco pretty closely. Oh, Bichon unfortunately having himself another off there. With a long lap penalty there, and Veritech and Jixbuff at this point have picked up long lap penalties, which will give Hazard and Coco a shot at moving up the standings. And the long lap penalty, of course, taken on that very difficult final turn. So Hines and Oddball continuing to fight it out up front. They have continued to stretch the lead over third. 8 seconds now as we are on the penultimate lap. And these guys are just not stopping. Now that everybody will be opening it up for the final couple laps, running the more aggressive throttle map, we'll see if they manage to stretch it out even more or if one-handed can keep pace with them. Obviously, it would be risky to push too hard at this point. I think he'll probably opt to just make sure that he stays ahead of Jacko for the entire couple of laps. And just give himself the safe points, because I really doubt he's going to be able to catch Oddball and Hines at the rate they're going. And these guys are not going to let off. Old Coco now sitting within 0.1 seconds of Hazard and slips past him. So that puts Coco up into 7th. Excellent work on his part. And look at this Oddball getting in there as aggressively as he can. Coming into 13. Oh, that was close. He stuck that nose in there. I thought he might manage to get the pass. Oddball for president? Sure, why not? Ooh, Hines, though, stretching it back out as they roll around the track. Yeah, I think Hines has decided, no, sir, I am not going to let you catch me. Pushes it up to a second ahead of him. Halfway through the lap. Yep, looking very aggressive through 6th there. Continues to hold a 1 second gap over Oddball. One-handed, unable to close things down any closer also. Sitting about 10 seconds back. Jacko is coming up on him fast, though. And Jixbuff right behind Veritek that has a long lap penalty, but... oh, there he goes. He gets the pass there on Veritek. Meanwhile, Jesus Simp, unfortunately, having an off. He's got 12 seconds over Bigfoot, though, so I think he'll be okay. He'll probably hang on to that 9th place he's got there. Hines now 1.2 seconds ahead of Oddball as they come down the front straight. And, yep, looks like he's going to take that one pretty handily. One-handed wound up with a long lap penalty. I don't know if he's going to be able to take it. Oh, but so did Jacko. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that should leave, yep, that should leave one-handed with that 3rd place finish. Veritek with a nice wheelie across the line there. So there you go for your second race of the evening. A good challenge up front, but Oddball just unable to chase Hines down. So looking like Hines, Oddball, and one-handed picking up the podium. Which, good work for one-handed there, hanging on to it. Jixbuff, Jacko, Jixbuff, and Hazard right behind him. Then Veritek, Coco, and Jesus Simp. And finally, Bigfoot and Bichon. Good second race. Not quite as tight as that first one, but still a good second race. Having good ones this evening. You know, we avoid the technical issues and server disconnects happening from time to time. So we will be taking a short break to get ready for our final qualifying of the evening for GP here at Jerez. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Turning out to be a decent evening of racing. I'll take a brief moment to mention our sponsor for Moto 2. That would be Mass Sports. Making custom leathers for motorcycles. You can get you the full suit. You can get yourself some gloves. You can even get yourself some boots from them now. It's good stuff, nice high quality, good looking, and they're reasonable on their prices as well. Not too bad at all. So make sure to check them out. If you're in the market for some new leathers, give them a holler. Let them know we sent you. And we very much appreciate their sponsorship. So I'm going to take a brief moment. I will be back shortly, and we will start GP here at Jerez. Thanks for watching, folks. Good to have you with us. Alrighty, folks, we are back for our final race of the evening, and the cat dragged something in here. Smells kind of bad.
Ooh, I'm missing a cue.
But I think it's Nick.
Please hold. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. I'm here.
Did you? What is this?
Did it
I
not
don't
even
even
go through?
Yeah, it did. No, I didn't hear a sound effect. No.
Annoyed noises. I just need annoyed noises asterisk.
And that's all you have.
Yeah.
Well, you missed your chance.
I did. I did. It was the air horns, the bow, 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 bow.
So
You know what's really fun is trying to commentate and set up everything that I usually have at this point.
I know, right? Don't worry, I've had to deal with trying to make sponsor stuff work all evening.
How's that going?
Not as well
That
as I'd
means
hoped.
poorly.
Not as well as I'd hope. It worked for one race. The second race, for some reason, OBS decided that, yeah, you wanted the size of that logo to be 90,000 by 90,000, right? And I was like, what, bro? Yeah, I don't know why it decided to do that. So, unfortunately, I was unable to show the mass logo correctly. But the Moto Orangutan logo appears to be displaying correctly, and I will have to fix that later.
Hey, check that out. 10 viewers on Twitch.
I know,
Hi,
right?
10 viewers on Twitch.
I know, right? We have people actually deciding to watch.
I can't fathom why I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they're tuning in now for me. I see. I see.
Yeah,
Thank-
that's
you
obviously
all.
what it is. Y'all, he's really good at bullshitting himself. Hades with his fingers crossed, the brioche bun can hold his connection. Bigfoot, I was hoping to have a chance to race with D Veritech, but the game thought different. Yep. Well, it looked like you got caught up in the bowling alley. Hey man, the camera was looking at everything else. There was that big bowling alley at the back of the pack.
Hey, Chris.
What's that?
I have a request to go to Heinz's stream for a moment. For what? I'm not sure, but I've got a request.
Oh, I'll bet I know what it is. I have a suspicion. I bet we're going to be looking at helmets here.
He says stay there for a minute. I don't know if that's the case.
Yep,
Or
I'm betting it's they're Halloween helmets, apparently.
No, I think he's giving a tutorial on something. Don't advertise things that we don't know yet. Did we have any Halloween helmets?
Yes, we had 2 or 3 or something, apparently. All right, Heinz, we're waiting. Apparently, we're not going to see whatever it is he was saying, so I'm just going to go ahead and commentate a race here. Because it's looking like all of our guys are about to put down a time here pretty quick.
Hey, that's qualifying, not a race.
I know.
Wow.
Wow. Oddball putting down a 137.768 right off the bat. Okay, then.
All right, whatever they tried to do, they broke, so
Yeah.
you're good to use whatever
Yeah,
cameras.
he kind of... Heinz?
Nope. No, they're telling me it's not broken, it's just not available, and I'm going...
And your stuff just cut out on you. My
This
disappointment...
is fun.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined. Stormy, with the baguette power, out ahead of Oddball by 1.335. I guess you know what that is. Stormy is celebrating the fact that we finally had a Frenchman win GP.
Chris, I might need to pick your brain at some point because I have no idea how this is happening.
What are you doing?
My entire Ethernet connection is just dropping, picking up, dropping, pick. I'm wired. How do you drop when you're wired?
I'm blaming the user.
I mean,
Little
you're
bit of
probably
bumping.
right.
Little bit of bumping here between Jane and I'm not exactly sure who that is. Come on, boys. It's qualifying. Rubbing is not racing in qualifying. So while Nick deals with his technical issues,
Yeah, I don't know.
here,
It's stable. I haven't changed anything, and now it's magically stable.
sounds like user error.
I don't know, man. My garbage router, maybe. I mean, I don't know how you're wired, and you lose connection to your actual router.
It can happen.
Evidently.
Stormy putting it down to a 135.7 out front. See, telling you, he's celebrating having a Frenchman win the real world GP for the first time.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. He's that excited. That is a hell of a time. Coco 0.8 seconds back. Oh, bit of an off for him. Oddball 1.1 back. Mac 1.2 back. And kind of a second pack there with Jane and Medusa. Hades calling it. He's expecting if Stormy holds his connection, he'll win. Otherwise, swaggin'. Mac to podium, though.
That awkward moment when a connection decides race points.
Yeah, I know, right? It makes me sad. That being said, Mac is already at the top of our GP points with 76, but Swaggin is only 5 points behind him at 71. So depending on what Swaggin can do this evening, he might manage to unseat Mac, which would be fun to watch.
Not for Mac.
I'm not going to complain to watch him boot Mac off of there and make him go faster.
He's a Californian. We boot him anyway.
Fair. So Veritek putting himself 5.1 seconds back. Hazard at 3.367. Not looking too shabby there, fellas. Medusa is still 2.5 seconds back. Oh, Hazard having an off. Seven minutes remaining. Stormy chilling in the pits for now. Mac looking like he's not going to manage to get up past Stormy's time there. So yeah, if Stormy hangs on to that connection, yeah, I'd say he'll probably get it. Oh, and I forgot to notice earlier that Bigfoot's pick for the race is Coco. Why do you want to curse Coco? He's a nice guy. God, just cruel. What did he ever do to you? Jixbuff putting himself in 6th currently with 2.1 seconds behind the lead, right there next to Jane. One-handed at 3.2 seconds back. Doesn't look like he's going to manage to move down his time on this lap. Same for Medusa. I think either of them is going to manage to take that down at all. So Bigfoot picking Coco because he's salty. That is petty. I find it amusing.
Wow.
Wow. Swaggin Missing the pits. Taking the dirt route in.
I'm saying equally wow.
I mean, it sounds salty to me, bro. Now, if you knew your place, it would just be what it was. But you're trying to give him your curse. That seems salty to me, man. Looked like Swaggin was about to put his lap in there. Oddball stepping off the track, as he's not quite having the lap he was hoping for. I know they're trying to let people through to get the to make sure everybody gets their laps in correctly. I do appreciate that a lot of our racers have been stepping off the line, going so far as to just get off into the dirt to get out of the way. Thank you, fellas, for following the rules there.
I mean, how many times have we had to say it?
Oh, yeah, no. There was talk about it in the rider meeting, and everybody's being cool about it, so I do appreciate that, folks. Y'all done a pretty good job of staying out of folks' way this evening. So, just over 3.5 minutes remaining in qualifying. Bigfoot does know his place is at the back. Well, okay. Wait, that could be taken many ways. Stormy on a very hot lap. Looking like he's deciding to blow away his own time. Holy crap. A 135.568, so he was only able to take a couple of tenths off, but Lord almighty.
Swaggin's not listening to my advice.
What, beat Stormy?
No, just put any time down. Literally any time.
He was about to, and then he decided to just, head through the grass and pull into the pits.
Look, I have a pro tip for all riders, and this really is some sage advice right here.
Oh Lord!
Don't crash.
I
don't know what else I can say. I think that is the primo advice.
Deep thoughts with Nick Guskowski. Lesko Brandon was wild. Oh, aren't you clever? Was the wild card this week in GP. I mean, I've heard that Brandon fella is all over the place. The more I practice,
Don't make me start chanting it.
The more I practice, the slower I am on race day. Well, it sounds like you're practicing wrong, bro. Not crashing is the number one goal. Fair. That is a fair
Somebody
goal.
listen to my advice. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Oh, Swaggin. Oh, wow. 0.015 off of Stormy. Jesus. Hey. Swaggin's kind of fast. I'm just saying.
Hey, he listened.
I know. Will Stormy do a 34? Let's see here. For reference, P1 on TT is a 34.5. Jesus. Number 2 is beating D Veritech. Well, it depends on if he forgets his batteries or not.
Wow.
Wow. And Swaggin on another group best.
Well, I can promise you Stormy is not going to throw down a 34.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
But we'll swaggin'.
Swaggin' might do it. Just to give a howdy to Hades. Ooh, he is coming in there fast. Bigfoot calling out the salt.
Wow.
Oh, a 35.2. That was close. That I thought we were going to see
P1.
I know. I thought we were going to see a 34 out of him.
That's a big difference between a 35.2 and a 34.
I know. That is tricky. I don't know. I thought we might see a 34.9, 34.8. Thought it was possible there. Good job setting a good time on that one, though. That does put him up front. So just waiting on Jane, Jixbuff, I think One-Handed and Hazard and Veritech. Just waiting on them to get done. We'll be ready for our last race of the evening. You're not... Oh, my God. Savage. 34 threes possible in qualification. All right. Have you done that? Alrighty, front row going to be Swaggin, Stormy, and Mac. No surprises with any of those names. Coco, Oddball, and Jacko going to be on your second row. Jixbuff, Jane, and Medusa going to be on your third row. And One-Handed, Hazard, and Veritech are going to round out the pack. You'll just do it when you get him on TT. Fair enough. Generally, Hades ain't a liar. Generally. You can't always trust him, though. If you remember. Yeah. Fair enough. So while we wait for everybody to do their final setup for our last race of the night, I guess I could talk about our sponsor for GP here. That would be
What an idea.
I know, right? That would be Moto Reggaeton here in town. Sporting awesome motorcycle gear, used motorcycles, and badass custom bicycles and parts and stuff like that. So if that's your thing, hell, if any of those things are your thing, swing by. Tell them we sent you. I've gone to them, I've used them myself, and they have been excellent every time I've been there. Good crew, knows their stuff, good stock on things. So be sure to check them out. Yeah, Nick, you weren't here for the amazing stuff in Moto 3 earlier.
Yeah, I heard I missed a pretty good race.
Yeah, the guys decided they wanted to go ahead and make it a really close one. And it was kind of ridiculous.
So they did it to make me jealous.
That was it. To make you regret your life decisions.
Bastards.
Yeah,
Race pace will be 30s.
yeah, that all sounds reasonable. I'm definitely thinking, yes, this should be another solid competition here. Though I am kind of hoping off the front of the pack we'll have some good fights between the fellas who were running the earlier classes. They're all warmed up. They don't get excuses.
Hey, my goal is for you to turn that bike to a pretzel.
There we go.
Have fun.
My goal is to bring back Hades' bike in one piece.
Nope, pretzel.
Incoming garage sale. Have
Ooh.
fun, Veritech. All right, we're about to start our final race of the evening. Whoops, I had that muted. This will be GP and Jerez on the Xbox. Here we go. And we are off.
Who was just not moving?
Front row. Oh, look at this. Jixbuff making a great shot, trying to get through the front of the pack. Can't quite make it happen. A little bit of contact here and there, but cleaner than we had in Moto 2, where we had some straight-up bowling through turn 1.
And I missed it.
I know. You need to regret your decisions in your life to this point. So no huge surprise up front with Stormy, Mac, and Swaggin running first, second, and third. Jixbuff, Coco, and Oddball just back off him with Jacko close behind. Then one-handed Medusa, Stock Hazard, Veritech, and Jane. Jane way back there. What happened?
I think he's the one that wasn't moving off the line.
Okay. That must have been it.
Can confirm.
Okay.
2-plane is still having issues.
Oh, no.
Hey, since we all, you're never allowed to complain about my mic again after what you just came on the stream with.
I know, right?
That's all I'm going to say.
He comes on the stream with a wind tunnel.
Yeah, the dude literally sounded like he was talking with a Dixie cup and a string.
I hate you.
I hate you guys. Seriously.
I'm going home.
Screw you guys. Having you in hand.
Ooh, Oddball managing to slip up past Jixbuff into fourth. Swaggin and Mac having a great fight back there for second. Oh, little bit of contact, but you know what? I'm thinking that one's the Rubbins Racing thing.
Can anyone confirm if 2-plane's still on the track somewhere?
He is down one lap. I think
So,
he would have been black flagged
Are people
by
going to
now.
have collisions with him?
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on. Not sure what his technical difficulties are. Hopefully he can get them worked out there.
I guess he's ghosted, so we shouldn't have an issue.
Hopefully. Hades calling, let's go Frenchie.
That's a funny way to spell Brandon.
Looks like Jane is out. I guess he could not resolve his issues. Unfortunately, that is too bad. A couple of good races. That happens sometimes. Yep. F in the chat for Jane. That is
Or
unfortunate.
for Brandon, one of the two.
Or for Brandon. Let's go. Ooh, look at the... Oh, no!
What?
Swaggin
What happened?
tried to stick the nose in there on Stormy, and the physics engine decided that he needed to go tumbling ass over tea kettle on that one. Yep. 404 rider not found. Wow, one-handed shooting way off the track there.
Bear, that's not where the track
Yeah,
goes.
that was not the correct line through that turn, sir.
You know, I don't know what's funnier, the fact that Hades did the error 404 for, the crash, or the fact that he's not here and he's making that comment.
I know, right? Nah, I think in his case it'd be a 302 redirect. He's not in the race, he's just on chat.
You nerd.
I know. Jay, no! Dude! You're not supposed to lose a race because of technical issues. That makes me sad. PC load letter. I'm not going to F-bomb the stream. I have made it this far without it. But we know we've all said it. Oh! Swaggin with another off?
I missed it.
Ooh, and there goes Jixbuff as well.
Error 419, banana nut inserted.
Wow. Yeah, it is getting a little crazy. Swaggin having
It's pronounced cray-cray, sir.
Cray. Swaggin having 2 big offs and then Jixbuff having one as well. That mixes things up. I think that makes Hades' prediction kind of go to shit. He held on to his connection. He just can't seem to stay on the track.
Good. I don't like accurate predictions. Chaos.
It's more fun when the weatherman is wrong.
I hope he's wrong. I can't handle more hail. I really can't.
Bigfoot continuing to cheer for Coco. See? You're just looking saltier, sir. It's just looking worse. Medusa all over him, though. Very close and swagging in there as well. Yeah, Oddball doing solid there. Ooh, oh, that was close. Yeah, Swaggin definitely trying to fight his way back up there, but there's only 4 laps to go at this point. I don't know. Wow, that is
Jacko picked up that long lap.
aggressive. All right. Did he have 1 or 2 that he had to do?
He just picked up 1.
Oh, okay. Hopefully he can get through him. He was doing pretty fast in the earlier classes, so I'm surprised to see him back that far. And with penalties. Must just be having bad luck on this one. Oh,
There's been
that's
some weirdness.
very wide by Coco and Swaggin. Hello, I'll take advantage of that. I'll take a place. Now he's going to try and chase down Oddball for a podium. I don't think he's going to see that first place because Baguette Power up front is just flying away. The only thing that could get Stormy at this point is if he decides to join France's rocket program again.
That's always an option for him.
It always is a possibility.
I forget how to say astronaut in French, but I remember it was astronaut.
Yeah, it was just astronaut or whatever it was. You know what? We're gonna make Elton John's Rocket Man his theme just because. Oh lordy. Stormy at this point having put 5 seconds on Mac, dude.
Rocket Man.
I know, right?
Burning out his baguette here alone.
How dare you curse the frog?
The frog.
I ain't cursing him. I'm just saying we're going to slow boil him. As you know about frogs and
Ribbit.
slow boiling pots of water.
Ribbit.
Ribbit. Meanwhile, Oddball sitting pretty close to Mac there. He's almighty, these guys are going kind of fast.
Who's that crashed?
I did not see. I was looking at one of my other screens trying to mess
It
with
was
stuff.
Jixbuff, but
Oh.
it's because he's a Jixer rider. Obviously.
Why are we torturing him with that?
It's the dude's... He did it to himself, honestly.
That's fair. That is entirely fair. All right, so let me see if I can put together a multi-view here.
Oh, I can't wait for this to break.
Oh, I know, right? No, Chris. What are you gonna mess up this time? Everything. Yes. Oddball has time to catch Mac. Holy moly. Yes, he does. And he might do it with how... I mean, he's not exactly going slow.
Oddball, if you don't catch that Californian, you're out.
Catch him or get banned, bro. Come on, band meat.
Motivation.
Come on, band meat. Do it.
Wow, he is. He actually is.
He is going to try. He's going to give it a hell of a shot. He is not messing around. Oh, no!
All right, bro, you're out. That's it. You're done.
Well, race direction, we are officially kicking Oddball out of the league. I am so disappointed with you, son.
I didn't want to, but he did it to himself.
Yep. Oh, Veritech has managed to keep 7th there.
This shit is over. You're done. You're done. Stand up right now. You stand up. Stand. How you're done. Stand.
Jesus, dude. Oh, Oddball. You know what? I am sure he's more disappointed than we are.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, dude. I thought he had that one. Yeah, maybe Veritech will. Oh. Ooh, Swaggin with the pass. That was very nicely done through 8th there. Very, very slick. And Oddball trying to hang on to Swaggin, but man, oh man. This dude tends to go a little fast, so that might be difficult, but he's going to give it a shot. After failing to catch Mac, I guess we'll give him another chance. If he can catch Swaggin, we won't kick him out. Yep. As we start the penultimate lap.
Did you hit all of them tonight?
I did.
I don't believe you.
I don't care.
Makes sense.
All right, Oddball. Catch Swaggin or we kick you out.
I need some like Mario Kart last lap music.
I know, right? And off we go.
I bet I can get that as a drop.
Stormy continuing to push out ahead of Mac, about 6.5 seconds ahead at this point. What the hell? Super baguette power.
Super baguette power.
Super baguette brothers.
I'm gonna have to hire somebody to go through our streams and get sound clips of some of the ridiculous things we've come up with over these last couple of years.
No, right? Oh, and Swaggin continuing to stretch out his lead over Oddball here. Oddball getting closer and closer to being kicked out of the league. That's right, son. We're not taking your shit anymore.
Wow.
Wow. As they come through the final corner, the final lap has started. Mac now 7 seconds back off of Stormy. Stormy just asserting French dominance. T-posing all over the field.
Does that really exist?
I didn't think it was a thing, but apparently it is. At least on a motorcycle these days, they'll hurt you.
I guess.
They may not win wars, but they can hurt some feelings, I'll tell you what.
Wow.
Wow. Seriously, dude, Stormy is not screwing around tonight. Good God.
We don't pay him to screw around.
I guess. We don't pay you to dawdle, son. We pay you to go fast.
But we don't pay him at all.
Oh, that's true. Oh, Jacko having another off
$0.
Jacko just unable to put it together this evening for GP, unfortunately.
He's having a bad night.
Yeah. Well, he was doing fine in the other classes, but GP's just having a rough one with. Oh, Stormy has picked up a long lap penalty.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. And he is currently finishing it up on a final turn. Oh, a little bit out. Did not take it off.
How is the game going to assign a long lap penalty on the last lap?
I don't. Well, on this, this is one of the only tracks where it's realistic to actually get it. So that'll be that. Oh, Swaggin at the last second, wrecking across the line. I think he got his place anyway, but I guess he wheelied it or something. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Good God. So there we go. Swaggin, if nothing else, making the race interesting this evening.
No joke. Look at that fastest lap.
Yeah, Jane, you're right. He was. I think 3 seconds is what you lose if you don't finish it. And he took the long lap, but he didn't stay completely within the lines. So it didn't count it, but I'm going to consider him having done it and let him eat the time penalty. Yep, and he's still going to be fine there. So Stormy, Mac, and Swaggin going to be up on the podium there. Oddball disappointing us tremendously. We'll be kicking him out of the league.
Hey, bye.
Yep, we gave you 2 chances, bud. Good race from him, though. Coco and Medusa in 5th and 6th. Veritech, Jixbuff. See, Veritech not doing terrible, not doing too shabby. I don't think he yard sailed it if he took a 7th. Yep. Bye, Oddball. Then one-handed Jacko just having a rough time this race, and Hazard rounding out the pack. Band. Tough luck, band meat. Better luck next season. Yep, Veritech. I kept it up. That's what she said.
Yeah, I heard there were pills for that.
Oh, Lordy. So that is going to be it for this evening. Yep. Veritech achieving his goal of not yard sailing that bike too badly. So I'll take one last chance here to mention our sponsor for MotoGP. That would be Moto Orangutan, bringing you great gear for riding, used motorcycles, and anything you need for bicycles, from just getting you parts to building full custom bicycles. Check them out if you live here in Austin. So that being all we've got for this week, we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Next week is an off week for us. Oh God, what track was it next? Now my brain is drawing a blank. Hang on,
Dude, I don't have any of my stuff. I've been here for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know. You have nothing open. I get it. I will look up the schedule real quick, though. Give me a moment. Just a couple seconds. Okay. Where are we at here? There we go. So. Oh, wait. No, that's the... is this the right one? Yes, it is. So our next race will be at Le Mans on November the 9th. Le Mans. And November the 9th. So we will see you folks there. We were glad to have you tonight. Thanks for watching, racers. Some great racing. I'm looking forward to next time. It'll be some good stuff. Y'all take it easy.